Every week we always give a little bit of a market update, but this we're gonna give a full-on market update since the tariffs, etc. And we're gonna mix it up, do a little change of scenery. I brought the XX today, so we're gonna check out the XX. We've got some crazy watches on some crazy straps, some new inventory that we're gonna talk about. Excited. So since I got in the car, I've absolutely babied it. I PPF'd it. I always have my front lift up. There's no scratches at the bottom. It's absolutely amazing. Now, what I recommend if you have like a supercar or hypercar is don't drive it every day. It makes you appreciate the car a lot more. Use this for special occasions. It makes it like that much more special. There was a time when I didn't have a second car and I was driving this more. Yeah, you get kind of used to it. But then when you go back to like a regular daily driver, which is mine is an SF90 Spider, and the two of them are like night and day different, completely different, but it just makes you cherish and love the upgrades on the XX that much more. Physical assets in general have been going absolutely bonkers, and in seeing it, you just want to buy more inventory and watches, or I'm sure car enthusiasts are buying a lot of cars at the moment because everything's just like going through the roof. RM Sotheby's auction in Monterey was crazy. There's some other auctions coming up, which I think will produce crazy numbers as well. And same with watches. I mean, I think everyone's anticipating the November auctions to be absolutely crazy. And I think part of it is younger generations that are getting, you know, like trust fund money or just money in general, or just other people are allocating more assets. Definitely cars and watches go hand in hand. It's like everyone that had cars has watches, definitely trending upwards. And I think tariffs have something to do with it, obviously. I think Patek, people are saying roughly 12% increases. I know Journe, 15, Rolex, a few points as well. So gray market prices have gone up a little bit. We've been trying to buy a lot of merchandise and it's really hard to find stuff at a good price. Prices are going up. You know, all the factories in Europe have been off the last few months. So it's just really hard to find stuff, especially fresh date, which fresh dated stuff has gone absolutely through the roof. If you want to know, since things have gone up, people are like, oh, now it's too high. I think that there's still a little room in it. I mean, there's just no merchandise out there. I think things will go up maybe a tinge bit more. Look, I don't know 1,000%, but it's been really, really, really hard to find watches, and we've been spending a lot of time with it. And there's been a heck of a lot of times where we've sold something like, man, we thought we sold it strong. 2 weeks later, we're like, man, we sold that cheap. So things are continually going up. I haven't seen the momentum slow down at all. The rarer stuff is what's really going crazy because you couldn't find it already in the beginning, and now you really, really can't find it.
Monday, September 8th, we are out here with the Miami skyline in the background.
This is the best part about Miami, is just being near the water, the sun, 365 days a year.
I mean, I'm more drawn to the car than the background. Even just standing here, people are like walking by, taking pictures of it. Little do they know that we have these amazing 6 watches as well.
As you can see, we have a 16202 XC that matches the red SF90 XX perfectly. Here we have 5723 112R. Since we've posted this and the Platinum on our website, we've gotten many of our clients message about these watches. I think they knew about them, but didn't know too much about them. But in person, these watches are absolutely astonishing. The ruby is absolutely insane. It's getting harder and harder and harder to get these at Patek. A lot of our VIP clients buy millions and millions at Patek have not gotten these, and these are going up. Now, Alec, this was once 550, 600K watch. Now it's 650 to 750, depending on the year. Does it make sense to you? Do you think it's gonna go up more?
I think yes and no. No, because I think about the Rolex Day-Date. I believe it's the 228-398 TRU, which is the only other rose gold with rubies I can really think of, and that watch is around like 250. If you're more of a Rolex guy and you haven't gotten to the Patek yet, I'd say yes, but in terms of Patek, absolutely, because I mean, barely any in the market. Such a hard watch, especially now to find in the United States. We're seeing a lot less rubies than we are seeing of the blue sapphires. I think we've sold quite a few of the blue sapphires. This is the first time we've ever gotten that one. I remember getting a few calls on this watch. It's been a struggle to find the watch and then to finally have it in our hands. We also had the Platinum one. We sold that one as well. We're definitely seeing market demand beginning to go up on those. So I think that is something to look forward to, especially on that watch in terms of investment. Would I want it for my personal collection? My original answer to that before seeing it was no, but as soon as I picked it up and I put it on my wrist, I was like, damn, this is a sick watch.
Alec gives a really good point, and I forgot about that watch. So the 228398 TRU is the best bang for your buck ruby watch that you can get, which is a Rolex yellow gold. Now, if you tip it over to Daytona, the new 126598, I believe, TRU is going for $1.2 to $1.3 million. And then they also have it in white gold and with rubies and white gold with blue sapphire with like a crazy like meteorite dial. Those are all going over $1 million. Now, those are also very, very limited, just like these. So if you look at it that way, comparing it to the Daytonas, man, these still have a ways to go. Very, very limited. Yeah, they've made these a bit longer than the limited Daytona run that they're just launching for this year. It just goes back to, you know, scarcity is what always drives up the price because those Daytonas are very limited. These are too, but it's been out for a while. But man, these are just something special.
On the topic of like limited, like how limited do you think that watch is? Like I know it's not numbered. I do think if they did put a number on it, it would definitely jack up the price more, but to an extent, I think it is like numbered. What do you think it is roughly?
I think it depends on if it's blue sapphire or the combo, etc. But I want to say 5 to 10 pieces a year, depending on which. Like the emerald, for instance, they make way less of. The emeralds are now 1.4, 1.5 million, maybe more than that at this point, and they make a lot less of those. So I think that those, I mean, roughly a few a year, maybe 2 or 3.
Exactly.
People that get that watch, they're not selling that at all.
Yeah, so that's one of the key sales pitches, especially on someone that's interested in this watch, and when we have it in stock, they're kind of like, I'm gonna maybe wait on it, wait for the price to go down a little bit. Unfortunately, I think it's going the other way. Also, it's not something that we can just like put a call out and then just get it like randomly from a client. Like this is something that could, how long do you think it would take to find another one?
A while.
Yeah.
At a good price, you know. You can always find one, but the price is really, really high.
Exactly.
Now, shifting to AP, there have been some AP models that have gone down a little bit. The ones that have gone up ever since the tariffs are the skeletons and ceramics. Those have gone up, let's say roughly 10%. Limited stuff like the John Mayer has stayed roughly the same. Jumbos have gone down a little bit. The 16202 XT, which man, with this beautiful red dial with the XX looks absolutely insane. And it has like the high polished titanium, has gone down a bit, but I'm also now starting to kind of call the bluff. These things were going close to 300 for a while. Now this watch is 185K, which seems like a steal. You know, you have the green platinum at that same price point. I don't know, there's something about the red that really hits over the green, and the green platinum is heavy. I don't see these dropping anymore, honestly. They've dropped a fair amount. I think it's a great watch. It came out at the end of 23.
I mean, one of the things that sticks out to me is the unique material of the XT. It almost looked like just a regular like IP, like platinum titanium, but it is quite a bit different. It is the only watch that really accentuates the material with the red, which I really like. I think that it was really, really high at one point. I remember Garrett and I telling clients to wait, and now I think it's the time to go for it. I see those starting to climb up a bit. Overall, AP as a brand, we've seen them soften quite a bit, especially on like some of their more basic pieces, but besides,
Offshores have really dropped.
yeah, terribly. Regular like Royal Oaks pretty much stayed the same. The John Mayer, like this one right here, amazing dial. It's different, it's out there for sure.
Limited at 200 pieces really helps. It comes in an amazing box.
Yeah.
The dial is insane, especially now in the sunlight.
We were seeing those around like 400 for a while, and then it dipped way down, and then it kind of normalized. Limited 200 pieces. So I think it's a good time to pick that watch up. If you're gonna pick up a watch for investment, as we always say every single week, there's a lot of hate in the comments, but it is what it is. It's facts, is FP Journe. I mean, these are going up. I think the last one we sold of the black Title Light Elegant, we had an episode, I think I said we sold it for 120. Now we're asking 135. It's crazy, but they just keep going up, so.
Yeah, so I wanted to touch base on this. So this came out, I want to say late 2023. They make a few hundred Elegants a year. With that being said, they switched from the white dial to the black dial. The prices went up so high to 120. We have some clients of ours saying that's absolutely crazy. I won't pay that, but they're really hard to find and they're selling. They're moving and they keep going up. Do I think that this could go up a bit more? Actually, yes. I was gonna say at 120, no way. but the way it's trending, it's absolutely insane. I've heard from clients that are really close to Journe, they make roughly 30 allocations in the US, but they're getting eaten up, and aesthetically, it is a very good looking watch. I think it looks way better on the black dial. Other Journes you can get around that price point. You could get an Octolune, which I think you're getting a lot more for your money. You could also get a CB, a Chrono Blue with the blue dial, which are really hot, and tantalum. But there's something about the shape of this watch that's just very unique. The movement, even though it's coarse, is also very unique. The wrist presence on it's great. If you look at like the Vagabondides that are going for 300 to 500 with this same kind of unique shape, you know, you pick up this Titanite, which is a great material. It's basically a plasma treated material on top of titanium. Very, very comfortable on the wrist. With that said, from that angle, yeah, it could still go up. It's a great watch. Now, others that we've seen go up, pretty much everything at Journe. The TNs are very, very desirable. Every time we see a TN, we try and pick one up. I mean, this watch, 40 millimeter. For clients of ours that don't like the vertical curve is absolutely insane, but it's also 42 millimeter, which is a little bit big. So these are an absolute winner, really hard to find. I think everyone is very bullish on these.
Yeah, it's fucking hot out like all these watches.
So one brand we haven't covered, the last brand is Richard Mille. Man, prices for the 3503 and 6702s went up, and they went up a lot. They kind of stayed there. End users weren't buying the watches, but now that things have kind of demand shifted, they're starting to move. Prices haven't gone up, but I expect them to stay steady. The Mutaz, which has gone up so much, I don't really get it, but man, there's no Mutazes out there. The way I see it, every time we try and find a Mutaz, it's still going up. Now our Van Niekerk, we're still waiting on that to go up that we have in stock. Look, they're great watches, great size, very usable. We sell them really well at G&G. You know, with tariffs and Richard Mille being shut down, there's really hasn't been any fresh dated ones in the market. So short in supply, which is really jacking things up. We also forgot about Patek. All the sports models are going up. It's really hard to find fresh date. The Asian market, they're paying extremely strong. I have to keep upping our prices on our website because everything just keeps going up every time we try and refill something. I don't really see anything at the moment slowing down. I think it's going to keep going up. To me, not that much more, but you know, I think if you buy, it's safe because things over the last year or two did really take a dip, so they're kind of back on the up.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people I'm seeing thinking that it's starting to be like COVID, where all of a sudden there's going to be hyper price increases and it's just going to be a gigantic bubble and then pop, but we've kind of been seeing slow, steady increase. I mean, I'm not an economist, but things are starting to go up a bit slowly, and I think that a lot of people are just starting to get into the market, pulling out of crypto. There was just a bull market, and I'm seeing a lot of people sell their crypto, and they're kind of moving that into a different asset of like timepieces.
That's a really good point, Alec. One with crypto, and then two, the increases we're seeing are nothing like COVID. COVID things increased 200, 300%.
I've noticed
we're talking about 10% year. It's totally different than COVID.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that are like bashing and shit talking the price increases, but you just have no idea what the actual price increases were versus COVID. Like, if you asked us during COVID if 16202OR or something that like just got released was going to be a 300K watch all the time, I always said no, buy it if you like the watch, could crash. But for example, on the 16202 XT, I mean, like I said before, a lot of these pieces when they first got released, they were way too high. They were around 325, 300 for a 39 regular movement date watch, which is way too high. But I kind of see the market normalizing, and it's going to be a slow increase, I think, for the next, I don't even know, till the end of the year at least. I think it's going to follow the S&P and maybe do a bit better. So, I mean, it is doing better right now, actually. So,
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, Journe, Patek, everything's doing better than the S&P.
You guys are probably wondering why we picked yellow and red. It's because Garrett has a bunch of McDonald's stock that he just sold, so now he bought Journes with the yellow and red straps.
Yeah.
So that's why he has this. He also has an SF90 to match it.
The two watches that match this car best with those red and yellow straps. Shout out to Journe for making those straps. They look absolutely sick on the watch. Wish Patek made some crazier straps for some of their complicated watches. Looking at those two and these, which matches the car the best? I'm gonna go with, that's tough. I'd go with the red Centograph.
Fuck, I'd probably go with the black res, to be honest. But
yeah, the black res is so sick.
maybe the 16200 XT, because
Awesome.
I wear it. This is my new watch. This is the ST.
So I've had this car now, I want to say, since we dropped that first vlog, nearly 2 months. Absolutely still in love. It's my favorite car by far. With a specialty car like this, you got to space it out. You got to have your daily and then drive this, and it makes you appreciate it so much. I didn't spec this car. I love this spec so much. I just love how aggressive it looks. The drive is absolutely insane. The power is insane. It really is just so much different. This car is so much wider, faster, turns a lot better, feels lighter, even though it's not that much lighter, but I think a lot of the weight is because they made it wider. Aesthetically on the road, there's just, man, just looks and has that crazy hypercar look to it. So yeah, the Ronald McDonald is growing on me. So that may be my new thing. Now with that said, what is the ultimate Ronald McDonald watch? These are close, but you know what it is?
2704.
03.
03.
I may have to get a 2703 on a black strap. Also, we're really geared up and excited about cars right now because tomorrow they're launching the new SF90. So we'll see what that turns out to be. The trailer looks sick. I hope we're impressed because these cars are my favorite, so let's see. Hope it's not a V6, but more so about the engine. I really want a car that's like really beautiful aesthetically. They nail that, I'm happy.
Beautiful.
Thanks, appreciate it.
What do you do for them?
I sell watches.
You sell watches?
Yeah.
No way. How did you start it?
I actually used to live in Zurich, Switzerland. I was a textile engineer, and I had enough money. I bought my first Rolex. Now every day on the way to work, on my bike, on the way to the train station, I'd pass by all the boutiques on Bahnhofstrasse. Okay. It's like a street in Switzerland where they have literally every brand and every watch. So then I just got mesmerized, you know? And then once I wanted to upgrade, just like I've upgraded cars, and I just, man, I want to keep doing this. So I think that first transaction, I got the energy and the passion behind it, and then I just never stopped. So guys, it's really hot. Storm's coming in. Did some watch talk, so we're gonna close it out. But thanks for tuning in, and be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And also, we're reaching 10,000 subscribers. I haven't forgot from 2 years ago. Once we get 10,000, we're giving away a free Submariner. Stay tuned for our next episode.